once said, youths are not only the leaders of tomorrow, but the partners of today. And that's why I bring you this edifying episode of Catholic Faith Forum brought to you by Dominican Media. I am Marianna, and on this particular episode, we're going to be having a very, very interesting topic because anything that has to do with youths has to be bubbly and interesting. We're going to be taking you on a very long ride on this particular segment. So all you need to do is sit tight, watch this video till the end, and you're going to be learning a whole lot because we're having an on-round roundtable discussion. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere because we'll be right back after this break. Welcome back, Saints. This is still Catholic Faith Forum, and this is an edifying episode, as I said earlier. At this point in time, we're going to be talking about youths and the future of the church. I won't be talking about this topic alone. I have two beautiful, a young man and a young lady, very beautiful people in their elements, and we're going to be talking about this very interesting topic together. By my left-hand side, I have Mr. Jeffrey Obinwa, who is a co-presenter.
Hi guys.
I know you will overshadow me. That's what you're trying. You want to take my job?
I'll try not to do that.
Don't try that. Don't try that.
I'll try.
Please. Well, Mr. Jeffrey Obinwa is a student and a co-presenter, and he's going to be talking about this topic with me. I also have Miss Delphine.
Hi.
She's also a youth, and she was an NFCS president. So just be very, very, very rest assured that you're going to be getting a whole lot of gist this afternoon. Plenty information. Welcome to the studio, guys.
Thank you so much.
I like the smiles on our faces.
Hi Marianna. Marianna, sorry, before we move on, you said we'll have an round discussion.
A round table. There's no round table in the center, but we have a round
table. Okay. I feel you. I think I get clarity now.
All right.
I understand that. But then I just want to bring it to the fact that as youths, we're in this society where there are a lot of vices, and as Catholic youths, we are trying to still stay true to our faith. But then a lot of people have been taken up by several issues, several reasons. There are a lot of reasons that people will give you an excuse why they've left the church, why they've forgotten about their faith. But then I just wanted to point out, what are the challenges that Catholic youths of today are facing in the society?
Are facing.
Yeah.
Let me understand that well. Are you asking what makes them leave the church?
More like as a youth in general. You could still be in the church, but sometimes some youths are not spiritually inclined anymore. They just come to mass because probably their parents tell them to come to mass. Like maybe they're having a certain issue in life, or there is actually something that is pulling them out. They are not strong in their faith anymore. So what do you think are the factors that actually make a youth get to that sphere of life?
I think definitely, let me start. I think number one would be like societal influence. Before you have around you, what you discuss about, and the friends you keep, stuff like that. If you keep friends that are not in the faith, they would not lead you to the faith.
Okay, so are you trying to tell me I shouldn't have a Protestant friend?
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, so bring me back to course.
Relax now. You don't. I say A, you say I say Z. Relax. Chill.
All right.
So that's not what I'm saying. I have Protestant friends that lead me to awesome Christianity.
Yeah.
Very, very. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you have people in your life that don't add Christian values to your life, that is going to be one of the causes. Another is that I think a lot of youths out there are looking for. So you have a problem, and the only time you go to church is when you have a problem. Do you get?
Yeah, that kind of.
They find solution this is not supple. Church.
Exactly,
immediately.
straight.
Once everything is smooth again, leave church for the next 3 months.
So you have a problem.
Until another problem comes, and that's a very big issue.
Yeah, that is actually one of the issues rather that some youths are having. They only see God as a problem solver.
Yeah.
They just want to come collect, and that's the end of it.
Maybe like ATM machine.
As in that kind of thing, just put it and collect. Okay, so Delphine, do you actually think youths of today actually face challenges when it comes to spirituality?
Yes, I feel like youths of today are having this issue of balancing their faith with social life. Yes, they don't know where to like place balance. And most of them also have this problem of identity. Like they don't really know what they want and what they actually like, who they are and what they actually want for themselves. You know, they see other youths in other churches and they're like, I think I want to be like this person, or like maybe I should start going to their church. It's like they are doing something, and they are doing something different in their church. Do you understand? So they have this issue of identifying themselves and what they really want to do for themselves. Okay, that's what I think.
Okay, so now let's bring it back to the Catholic Church. Now, a lot of people see, because of the fact that the Catholic Church is an Orthodox church, a lot of people see it as the setting being boring, too old, not being inclined to modern day standard, and it's not contemporary enough. So how do you think the church can better engage with the youths of today due to the fact that things have changed, you know, the pattern of things have changed? How do you think the church can, you know, what activities do you think the church can, you know, bring forward to the table so that youths will get you know, associated with it?
All right, so this discussion is very, like, it's very personal to me. So in 2022, my perception on this changed. Why? In 2022, if I remember, I think it was 2022, the church organized a synod, and the synod was big. It was like from, I think it was like from like the papal council, like the pope, like down to the roots, like to every parish. Every parish, they're trying to host like a synod, basically like a congregation, just bring the people together, let's talk about the church. That's like basically like definition of a synod. Come, let's talk, you get. And in the one we had in my parish, there was a bishop, I think it was a Monsignor that came, and he was telling us that that a lot of people come to church and they are thinking that they want to, they are not enjoying the mass, or they are not enjoying the church. And he said that it is God you're coming to worship. You're not coming to watch some form of entertainment. If anything, God is supposed to enjoy your worship. So I feel like we should, our perception on like the mass and like Catholicism should change. It should not be something that we go to as a form of entertainment. You are the one that is coming before God and saying, God, today I'm going to praise you and I'm going to worship you. Let God be the one to enjoy your.
Okay, so I'd like you to hold that thought, because I know you have a lot to say already and you want to come and collect my job, but it's not going to happen.
I say I'll not do it now.
We'll be going on a breather right now, and we are going to learn who the saint of the week is. Over to you, Tessie.
Our saint of the week is Saint Maria Antonia de Pazzi Figueroa. Call me Italian now because these names. Saint Maria Antonia de Pazzi Figueroa, also known as Mama Antula, was a significant figure in the religious history of Argentina. Born in 1730 in Villa Silipica, Santiago del Estero, Argentina, she was deeply influenced by the Jesuit missionaries who evangelized the region. From a young age, Maria Antonia displayed a strong inclination towards spirituality and charitable works. After the expulsion of the Jesuits from Spanish territories in 1767, she felt called to continue their mission of spreading the gospel and fostering spiritual renewal through retreats and missions, which were deeply rooted in Ignatian spirituality. Mama Antula began organizing and leading spiritual retreats according to the region, walking barefoot and dressed in simple black robes. Hey, I can imagine how she would have felt. Her dedication and zeal attracted many followers, and despite facing significant challenges, including opposition from secular and ecclesiastical authorities, she persevered. Her retreats were transformative and many, leading to numerous conversions and a revitalization of faith amongst the people. In 1779, Maria Antonia moved to Buenos Aires, where she continued her mission with even greater fervor. Mama Antula's life was characterized by deep humility, unwavering faith, and an extraordinary commitment to the spiritual well-being of others. She died on March 7th, 1799, unfortunately, in Buenos Aires, leaving behind a legacy of spiritual fervor and devotion. Wonderful. Maria Antonia de Pazzi Figueroa was beatified on August 27, 2016 by Pope Francis, recognizing her heroic virtues and significant contributions to the Church in Argentina. Her feast day is celebrated on March 7th. Saint Maria Antonia de Pazzi Figueroa's life continues to inspire many to seek deeper spiritual growth and commitment to their faith. She indeed lived a wonderful life. Saint Maria Antonia de Pazzi Figueroa, pray for us.
Welcome back, Saints. Yes, we're still talking about youths and the future of the church. And with me, I have a beautiful gentleman and a beautiful lady here. And we've been having a very, very delightful conversation. So, Jeffrey, you were saying something earlier, and I want to now ask you this particular question.
I feel like this next question I feel like bomb.
Don't worry. Let's go. Don't worry, calm down. So I want to ask you, do you think with the point you've actually given now, does it mean that the church doesn't necessarily need to
do anything? Sorry,
the church doesn't necessarily need to change its pattern to be in tune with what is going on in the world, to be contemporary. It should just remain the way it is. Like, you don't need any changes.
Change its pattern? I think no. I think we've been doing this thing for 2,000 years. We're not mad. So I've been doing it for 2,000 years. This is not the first in Echo Church generation.
Yeah.
There have been like other people and other times. And sure, the church has maybe like sometimes had to like maybe find a way to like not necessarily fit in to the should I say the time, but then like to pass the gospel best to the people. So I think change its pattern, no. But one thing that I think we can do, especially at Mass, is... So I attended Mass sometime last year. Yeah. This was like last year, June.
That was the last time you attended Mass.
You guys.
That was the last time you attended Mass. You have to go for confession.
Oh, yeah, no. You guys are against me in this studio. I just say that. Let me tell you people. In case people start looking for me one day.
All right.
See these people to hold. All right, so I meant that there were one of the times when I attended Mass last year.
Okay.
It was Friar J that took the Mass, and he said the homily in a funny way. He said the homily with praise and worship.
Okay.
And it was beautiful. You know the part of the Mass where they say, lift up your hearts to God, lift up our hearts to... Like that was literally what that 5 minutes or 10 minutes was. The fact that like we did praise and like everybody's heart and soul and mind like just went up before he now gave the homily. So I feel like if we can be doing that, like that would be very, very awesome. I feel like that first of all that will bring people more, like that will make people want to like be more present at Mass and enjoy Catholicism better and enjoy like the Mass better, because like it was really awesome. So I think like other than that, that's probably because a lot of people think like the Mass is boring and like Catholicism is boring.
It's one pattern.
Yeah, so that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm saying. That like if we can add that, it's going to give it like a bit of spice.
Okay, so Delphine, do you have anything to say about that?
No, at the initial stage where I said the Catholic Church, they can't change anything, or they should just, since they're already like that, the person has to like change their own each individual has to like change their perception about the Catholic Church. I feel like I'm a youth. So if you want me to like always want to attend Mass, I feel like when the homily should be presented in such a way that youths can relate to whatever the
I think that's why a couple of parishes have the youth Mass.
Okay.
Not all parishes.
Not all.
parishes.
Exactly. So there are some parishes whereby the youths are not interested. They don't even want to come to church because they feel like whatever they are saying there is only our parents they are talking to. They are only discussing about family issues and they are not specifically
oriented. Yeah.
Like
I get.
When we go to other churches, you know, other youths drag other their friends to other churches, and then when they are there, they are like they are using terms that they can relate to. That when they say something, I'm like, oh yeah, this is what is happening. Okay. And then I feel like, if possible, a priest should like incorporate what's the word right now? If there is a way they can incorporate issues that are related to relationship, or if it can be likened, or if there's a way they can infuse it in the homely, you know, these are some of the things or some of the topics
that youth want to
that is really that's what they want to hear. So if there's a way they can also like talk about them or attach such topics to whatever will be preached like on each Sundays during mass, you know, they would always want to look forward to another episode or another Sunday. Mass, another Sunday, and they would want to come. Like there was something Father was saying last week, like they will continue this week. Let me go and hear. So that's what I personally feel like. If you want youth to be attracted or drawn to mass, like coming to mass, you should be able to give them what they want to hear. Yes.
Okay, so now with the advent of AI, it has made things, you know, very vast and wide. Someone actually brought up the idea of, you know, probably during mass and maybe during homily, the priest is preaching, and then there are graphical representations of what the priest is saying, you know, on a projector or something like that, to just show you a graphical representation of what he's saying. So how do you think like that would go?
I think that would be really cool. It's going to be very nice.
Yes,
I know.
Like slides presentation and like just showing graphical. It's going to be nice.
And I think the you know, youths have a whole lot to actually play in the church. That's why I feel like the incorporation of youths is a very, very important thing that the church should. Because we are the ones who actually understand social media more, these social media spaces. We are the ones who can actually get the word out through the media spaces. Because if you leave youths and you say, oh, it's just all about us and the previous ways we've been doing things, I bet you we're going to stay stuck, and the youths are going to go out looking for what is not looking for them, what they think they can find outside. But then, with that said, we'll be going on a break right now to know more about our Catholic faith. And this will be taken by Elifachi.
Hi Saints, welcome to another enlightening episode of Know Your Faith. And trust me, as always, you will like this one. In today's episode, I'll be sharing with you 5 moments to call upon the aid of the cherubim. It's sweet, Abby. You've been hearing cherubim, cherubim, cherubim. What are they, Seth? Don't worry, I got you. Cherubim are part of the first triad of angels closest to God. They are the guardians of wisdom, knowledge, and divine secrets. Now, here are 5 instances to call upon the aid of the cherubim. Number 1, for academic excellence. As a student, you can implore the aid of the cherubim for wisdom and knowledge to excel. Number 2, for creative inspiration. As a creative, whether in music, writing, art, or any form of creativity, cherubim can help you with innovative ideas and inspiration for your work. Number 3, if you are confused on the career path to take in life, ask the cherubim for wisdom and guidance, and you'll find help, especially in making important decisions in life. Number 4, in time of danger, you can ask the cherubim for protection from harm, evil, or negative influences. And lastly, in need of a deeper understanding of your faith, they can draw you closer to God as they are closest to God. So Saints, whenever you find yourself in situations like this, implore the aid of the cherubim because they embody divine wisdom, creativity, and protection. If you have questions or contributions on this, feel free to ask in the comment section. And if you watched till this point, you're my real G and I love you. please subscribe, like, and share this video. And until next time, be bold, be Catholic.
Thank you very much for that one, Elifachi. And welcome back, Saints. We're still talking about the youth and the future of the church. Right
so
now,
before we move on, shout out to our Know Your Faith crew. I just always have to give that shout out. You guys are awesome.
You guys are awesome because they'll see your face, Abby.
Stop now, I'm shy.
Okay, so I'd like to ask you this question because you're in the Catholic education field. So how do you think Catholic education could improve and better serve the youths of today? How do you think the Catholic education system could serve the youths of today? You know, building teens from little stages to the stages of youths. In what ways can they serve us?
Okay, I think if possible, since we have Catholic schools around, if it is possible that there are a lot of scholarships for Catholic youths and students, Catholic students, Catholic youths, if there are a lot of scholarships that they can actually like
take
part in, yes, if it's possible. If priests could help at least with sponsors.
That would be really nice.
Like
I see a lot of like Pentecostal. I'm not vocabulary. I see a lot of Pentecostal scholarships.
Yeah, I know.
Like,
although these days they're doing that already these days. But I think we need more scholarships for Catholic students.
Yeah, and I think, okay, sorry to cut you short, but I think we also need to have a system whereby, you know, there are probably competitions. We have educational competitions here, but in Catholic schools, amongst Catholic schools also have these spiritual church,
maybe like Bible day, that kind of stuff. I don't think Catholic schools have that bond.
Also be skills acquisitions and skills competitions, so you can also make it competitive. You get, so I know there were times where they do it, but these days I really don't see that again.
I don't think schools have that bond like that.
They don't. We need more competitions, more skill acquisition programs, retreats if possible, that could bring young people together and then make them do the things that they actually want to do.
So we know in the educational system there's a sort of diversity because it's not just Catholics that go to Catholic schools.
Yes.
Now with these points we've actually you know raised and all of that. How do we still create inclusivity even in the diversity, the diverse space that
inclusivity, diversity?
Like, you know, you bring these people
in. You ain't that studio. Sorry.
You know, you bring these people in, still making them, in as much as they belong to different other groups.
Yes.
You bring them in, making them feel like, okay, this is what we do. If you're interested, you know, you take part in it. Do you think they can actually join in this kind of programs? Do you think it's actually possible?
Yes, it is, and it is actually, and I feel like it's another form of evangelization.
Yeah, I think
another form. It's a means of like getting to tell them about the Catholic Church and every other
not
thing.
Being judgmental about it.
Yes, exactly.
I'm not kidding. I hear some homilies or so, and the priest is just talking a lot about like Pentecostals and like just complaining and I mean, like, what if there's someone here that is like trying to see what we do?
Exactly. Exactly. So you should. I feel it's actually better you include them and like just be fair about it. Yes, just be fair about it.
Be general.
Yeah.
Okay. So with we know how the system is these days. A lot of youths are leaving the church, not just the Catholic Church, but churches in general are reducing in their. The youths are also reducing in their spiritual life. Yeah. So what factors or what do you think the church can do to actually draw these youths back? We've mentioned some, but then are there other things that the church could do to draw back these youths into the fold?
Retreats, actually.
I was just going to say that. I was going to say that, Swab.
Do you know the last time I went for a retreat?
I went for one this year and it was
I think it was like my 100 level or 200 level. There was this party, I can't forget, Father Wisdom. He actually paid for it. He paid for everyone.
You paid for everyone. No, I don't
yes, were you there? No,
I think so.
No, you were not there.
There was this particular
retreat that he paid for. Like, went to Ibadan. a place
Okay,
in
okay.
Ibadan.
It still goes on. It's still taking place, but I think you pay individually.
No, they don't do it. This one is not the one that this one is not the Leeds conference or it's not. No. This is a separate retreat. I think he did it for Sion.
Okay.
And then NFC
I think I know the house you're talking about in Ibadan.
Okay.
And he just did it for Sion, and then he paid for a certain amount of youth and went for a particular. In fact, you really need to be there. Don't worry,
the one I went for was very awesome.
So,
you don't need to tell me how
retreats, workshops, and seminars that youths can actually relate to. And you know, when you and such retreats and workshops, like whatever theme you're giving or whatever name you're giving to it should be something that
would attract
them. That social wise they want to hear it. Like when you see the name, you're like, oh, I really want to see what they're doing.
Okay, so let me ask you one last question. As youths now, we know that we have ideas that probably the church has not started to implement. How do you think our voices can be heard by the church in order for them to pick up these ideas and begin to implement them in the system?
I think synods, again, I feel like synods are like the best pathway, like communication, if they are taken seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, so just gather everyone, gather the youths, like let's talk. Basically, let's hear your opinion.
You can also make youth councils.
Yeah.
Put them in leadership positions. Make them responsible for whatsoever.
And actually listen to what they say, like when they come back to you for what's the word? No, not advice. Okay. Say you give them like this specific role or something, then they come back to report back to you. Yeah. Actually, like listen to what they have to say.
We haven't talked about what we're doing here because it's a sort of, you know.
Real, actually. Yes. Actually, I wanted to mention it like in the technology aspect, but then the slides you said just like.
If this can also be made in form of podcast or something,
they
get to like
very
to.
Real. Christian-oriented podcast.
Yes.
Well, we've said a lot already on this particular episode. We've talked about the youth and the church. And if you want to give your suggestions, make sure you give them in the comment section below. Like, comment, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, Dominican Media. And follow us on all platforms. I thank my guests for coming on the show. Thank you very much. And thank you very much, my viewers. Make sure you follow us on every platform. And see you next time. Till next time, keep being saints in jeans and shirts. Bye.